What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 237 of the Nonsense Review. That's right, I fucked up last week and called it episode 256.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
Well, hello everybody.
Hello. You may or may not be able to tell by my voice. I can hear it, but that's because, my brain's weird. I'm a bit under the weather, so if you hear some sniffles and some coughs, I do apologise. That's just how it be right now. Welcome to the month of spooks.
Hello, yes. Woo, and boo.
Yes. We are doing... this is something Rick suggested really early on in the year, and I kind of latched onto it because I like the idea a lot. We're doing the first appearances in cinema by classic monsters. We won't spoil what the other films are that we've got lined up, but today we're doing the granddaddy of them all. We are doing a Nosferatu from 1922.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, they did this because they couldn't get the rights to Dracula from Bram Stoker or whatever.
It's actually a bit murky as to whether they even tried.
Yeah, and someone just managed to do it a couple of years later, not even without any problem. So Nosferatu is all of the Dracula tropes with the serial numbers filed off.
That's exactly what I've got written in my notes. Is you're going to find that this is just Dracula, but with the serial number filed off. The serial number wasn't filed off well enough because Bram Stoker's widow actually successfully sued the movie, and they were told that they needed to destroy every single copy in existence. And thankfully, that didn't quite happen. A few versions of the film survived, so therefore we can still see it today. But how much of a tragedy would that have been?
Yeah, it would just have been a footnote in history that there was a different vampire movie, and the legacy of Max Schreck has just been lost to time.
Yeah, it's a shame. It would have been a shame. That being said, the names weren't entirely changed just to try and avoid a copyright suit. They were also changed because they were... The movie itself was only actually released in Germany in a cinematic run in 4th of March 1922. There you go. I wrote down the date and everything. So a lot of the names are actually changed to make it easier to follow for German audiences.
Yeah, sure. Count Orlok is one of the other styles of vampire that became a trope because of this movie.
I mean, pretty much. Here's the thing. Long before I knew what Nosferatu was, I'd seen a still image of Count Orlok when he's just standing in the doorway, and honestly, it's quite horrifying to look at.
It is.
But yes, I'll not get bogged down in the legacy and the reviews of this movie, because it kind of speaks for itself, but suffice to say, people who are way more into horror films than I am have all pretty much pointed to this film and gone, yeah, this pretty much kick-started the genre of monster movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're actually talking about the rights getting acquired not too long after this. It was actually about 10 years later, and as to the surprise of nobody, it's Warner Brothers. They threw enough money at Bram Stoker's widow to get it.
Yeah, because Warner Brothers, didn't they have their own mini... was that the first one that they did, or was it The Mummy that they did first?
I think they did The Mummy first, but there wasn't a lot in it. Warner Brothers was really interesting back in the day because it was such a big studio. I mean, it still is to this day to a certain degree, but they would film, they would release the majority of movies back in the 30s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. The ones that stood the test of time, at least, because you could just go down the movies and just see what was on, and there might be 3 movies on. 2 of them might be by Warner Brothers, and one of them might be some indie thing that's been lost to time.
Yeah, indie wasn't... I was going to say indie wasn't really a thing, but this is technically an indie movie that we're watching today.
Mm-hmm.
The budget was incredibly tiny. The last point I've got on the Nosferatu front is that this film has been remade and redone to death. It seems like every 20 years or so they tend to reboot it or try to give it another go. And most recently, of course, was 2024, starring Willem Dafoe and Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah. Sweet.
Absolutely. The reason why we're able to watch this today, as we mentioned, is there was a few surviving copies after the every copy must be banned fiasco, and they've pretty much been remade to death. I'm using the wrong word there. Remastered to death. There's a bunch of different versions floating around. Some versions are as little as just over an hour. We're watching the hour and a half version, about 94 minutes, give or take. So we've got the really long version. I believe this version we're watching has been slightly edited in that they've made the night scenes, they've given it a blue tint to make it obvious that it's nighttime.
Yeah. And the other one is that the other thing I think of is that they've named the Nosferatu clan after the look of Count Orlok in Vampire the Masquerade.
They did, and they suck.
This is the same the same series where Gangrel is.
Yeah. It's. I love that story, but I've told it to death, so I'll not repeat it. But yeah, the Nosferatu clan is a clan in Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know how well it works on the tabletop, but in the video game, they kind of suck because you can't walk places. You have to go in the sewers, and one of their special perks is they get more blood from sucking the life force out of rats because it's a lot harder for them to get people.
Yeah, and it's like Original Sin 2, where basically if you got a bucket on your head, you can walk places no problem. But if people see you, they're like, oh.
Well, it's a bit tougher for the Nosferatu guys because their limbs are disproportionate. You know what I mean? It's not just their fucked up faces.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. We will not talk anymore about Vampire the Masquerade because one, I haven't really played them, and two, neither of us have touched the tabletop. I don't think.
No, I've played the original video game a long time ago for about 5 hours.
Cool. So you didn't really play it because that's an 80-hour RPG.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Alrighty, cool. So with that out of the way, Rick, you know this and I know this, but the audience may not. Before we jump into the reaction and the review itself, we like to talk about our weeks and going on in the wide universe. So with that in mind, how's your week been, buddy?
Well, we have had the next of a series of 40th birthday parties. This time it was a friend of mine that you also know, and it was very nice. It was a surprise party that I may have ruined in real time.
Go elaborate.
I was arriving the same time that he was on foot. So I was like pulling up by the side of him in the car while he was arriving at the venue on foot to the place that was meant to be a surprise venue.
I mean, that's not really a thing, though, is it? That's not you ruining a surprise. If you know, I think
the jig was up that I was there rather than it just being him walking to a place with his folks.
I mean, I understand that, but like again, unless you ran late because you're a dickhead, that's not on you. Were you running late because you're a dickhead?
No, it wasn't because I was a dickhead. It was because there was a massive amount of traffic in a village that normally has no traffic. But yes, I was running late.
Okay, yeah, so in which case it is your fault. Poo-poo, Rick.
Yeah, it's my fault, yeah. Boo me! They did a quiz, and it's one of the things on the quiz was a round on Game of Thrones, and despite never having watched it or read it, I still got 7 out of 10. So, such is the pervasiveness of Game of Thrones memes.
I mean, possibly. Well, I'm going to assume it wasn't like, well, if it was Game of Thrones, it's what's the quote? It's like, oh, we wanted to make an epic fantasy, but for soccer mums and football bros. So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the caliber of question is things like, what's Maisie Williams' sword called? Okay. And, like, even I know that one's Needle, but yeah.
What is Daenerys' nickname?
Danny.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. Mother of Dragons or something. But yeah, I've done, other than that, very little this week. The other thing is Chinese bone glue.
What?
Have you not heard of this? Okay, cool.
What did you say? Chinese bungaloo?
Chinese bone glue.
Oh, okay. That sounded like you one word after Chinese. I still haven't heard the story, but yeah.
So Chinese medical researchers have taken inspiration from oysters and created a compound that can glue human bone to human bone, even in blood-rich, wet environments, because normally, glue don't work in soluble zones. And it can heal a break in seconds, and they've gone back to someone who they did this a couple of months ago, and the healing seems to be pretty perfect. So yeah, we're one step closer towards Medigel.
It's going to take a bit more research than that, though, isn't it? Because there's no guarantee that's not going to be like a permanent weak point years down the line. I understand it's an optimistic story because that is a breakthrough, but I wouldn't get your hopes up quite yet.
Yeah, the other thing that I would be skeptical about is that bones have bone marrow. What I don't want it to do is completely seal off the bone marrow core, so that there's like no way for like the blood and stuff to get from A to B within the bone.
But if it's a type of glue, then wouldn't you be able to just glue for lack of a sophisticated way of putting it, the outside, so you don't get in the way of the bone marrow?
Ideally, yes, but what they've been doing is just literally just injecting it.
I don't know how that's meant to fucking work then.
Yeah, it it sounded like a sledgehammer solution when they said they just injected it. But it appears to have worked. It was with a guy with like a wrist fracture that they did it on. So you can kind of target the area a bit more.
You see, you saying it was a wrist fracture now makes a bit more sense, because I could see that kind of working. But my worry is, like, I don't think this would work on a leg.
Yeah. On a femur, it wouldn't be very useful. I don't think, at least not right now.
Because you've got to be able to support your body weight, and
it
might heal the break or the fracture. But again, it's that strength issue of like, yeah, but is the glue gonna hold? Well, I suppose it's not the matter of the glue holding, because I imagine the glue just keeps it in place while the body does what it does. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems there's so little information being shared that it just seems to be like China waving their science dick around. Which good, they should wave their dick around if they're doing cool things. But I don't know how that's meant to work.
And the other two things I've got are a bit less fun. I've mistyped this as game ass.
Oh, yeah, they broke the website, Rick.
Yeah, so many people are going to cancel Microsoft Game Ass that it crashed the website.
Yeah, I don't understand this. I don't understand why they jacked the prices up. Here's the thing, is I'm not subscribed to this anyway, but what I was subscribed to for a long-ass time was PlayStation Plus, because you needed it to play online games.
Yeah.
So I was paying, obviously I don't pay for it anymore because I haven't used the PlayStation in God knows how long, but I was paying for it because I wanted to play online games, and as a bonus, you got some games every month, as long as you were still subscribed, which, if you're paying for the online capability, it is a bonus. If you're paying for the games, you're doing something called long-term renting, which is stupid.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing you get with, like, Netflix and stuff.
To a certain degree. The problem there is that Netflix does produce its own content that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, so with the Microsoft stuff, they, at the highest tier, anything that is Microsoft funded and is like an Xbox exclusive, at the highest tier, you get that on day one.
Sure. How much was the highest tier before they suggested the price hike?
I think that was the one that I think was $20, which has now gone to $30. So about 14 quid.
So I'm just trying to do in quick maths. $30, $300, $360 a year.
Yeah, it's more than the price of a Xbox Series S when it came out.
I can think of a lot of games I could get for $360 that I don't have to then keep paying for.
Yeah. And the other thing is, when you buy those games, half the time the games that are on there are not, the ones that came out this week. They're the ones that are a bit old, and you can just get an old copy of it off Amazon or Game or whatever for a third of the price.
I just don't know what... I mean, I do know what motivated them. It was like, oh, if we can jack the price up a little bit and we'll make more money. But what actually happened is they jacked the price up a little bit and everyone's like, cool, this is no longer worth it, because everybody is tightening their purse string.
Yeah, and I really do hope that they are in the find out phase of fuck around and find out, because what they've already stated is that they believe that they have saturated their market share as deep as possible with Xbox owners, and it's only growing with PC people now. So I think what they're trying to do is squeeze the Xbox people, and yeah. I
mean, I totally understand their logic. It's flawed logic, but there is a logic there, because I remember when I put my PC, when I set it up for the first time, it was like, cool, do you want to claim your free month of Xbox Game Pass? And I was like, no, I don't care.
I tried it for free.
Sorry.
I tried it for free once. When I got my laptop, it said it came with free Xbox Game Pass. I'm like, okay, cool, that's actually worth having. And it turns out, okay, it wasn't free. It was a month. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's have my month, see if I use it, and then cancel it.
You used it to play Persona, didn't you?
I did, and now I've got it back again. So, like, a week before they raised the price, I got Xbox Game Pass as a freebie with my EE account.
I see. For how long?
Well, apparently, as long as the account stands, but this agreement was before the price hike, so we don't know. They might, on a month-by-month basis, just say, this is no longer something that's available, choose a different perk. One of the different perks is Netflix. But we already pay for Netflix, so yeah.
I do remember getting into an argument with my mum, heated discussion, where she was like, oh, you can get Netflix for an extra $5 with the Virgin Media box. And I went, but I already pay for Netflix. Like, yeah, that saves like £4, but you can't just have the account. You have to make an account linked to your Virgin account, which is stupid.
You can log into the one that you already have, though.
Yeah, I can. I'm just saying, to get the deal, you needed to make a brand new Netflix account, which I can't be asked to do. I've got my Netflix set up the way I like it set up. And again, I already pay for it.
Sure. On EE's/BT one, you can just log into the one you already have and just transfer the payment process over to it.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Virgin Media sucks.
Yep. So yeah, we'll see if that holds up. And the last one is EA.
Yeah.
The thing that's actually the most heartbreaking is that BioWare people are just saying, yeah, we don't know how they're gonna survive.
Well, they're not.
Like, no.
But it's okay.
Even the Sims.
Obsidian exists.
Yeah.
The BioWare people will be fine. They just won't be you got to bear in mind, Rick, and I think people forget this a lot, that BioWare hasn't been BioWare for about 12 years.
Yeah. BioWare is essentially two different camps. One of them is the people, which are gone, and the other one is the IP, which is still owned by EA. And I was hoping, beyond all hope, that something fun would be done with the IP in Veilguard. And to their credit, I think it was. It wasn't great, but it wasn't the worst game I've ever played.
It wasn't the worst game I've ever played, but boy, can you feel how they gutted a multiplayer system to turn into single player.
Yep.
It was a fun game to play. The story was shit, and it's Dragon Age, so therefore, no, I can't give it a pass.
Yeah. Like, the character quips were really fun, but there weren't enough of them.
I gotta be honest with you, I enjoyed most of the main party.
Yeah.
Tash fucking annoyed me, because I really, really, really was looking forward to, finding out what their fucking deal was. And then it turns out, oh, cool, people who don't know how to write fucking stories decided to tackle this character.
Yeah. So yeah, it seems that they bought it based entirely on FIFA and Madden.
No, they didn't. This is the fucking Saudi high princes, people with fucking money. They bought EA for the same reason they're doing all of the cultural shit right now. They bought WrestleMania. They're hosting a comedy festival, which I've also got on my news, and I'm going to tack that onto this so we don't double down on it. They are trying to whitewash their country, and by that I mean Saudi Arabia is a horrible place. The people in charge of Saudi Arabia are horrible people. They have murdered, I believe, 240 plus people this year because they didn't agree with them. They still run on modern day slavery. But hey, look at us. We're hosting sporting events and comedy festivals, and now we own EA, which totally won't become a propaganda machine to make Saudi Arabia look like a nice, pleasant country. Rick, I can't go to Saudi Arabia.
Is it because of the tattoos?
It's because of the bisexual thing.
Well, okay, but you can choose to not say that you are.
I mean, this is true. In fact, not a lot of people do know that about me. I'm just saying, technically speaking, it wasn't that long ago where it was in the news where they still executed homosexuals by throwing them off roofs. Do you know what I mean?
Tied to chairs.
Which, it's like this. It's a savage country with savage leadership. Now, I want to stress this to the nth degree. I'm not talking about Joe Schmo who works in Saudi Arabia or lives in Saudi Arabia. I'm talking about the ruling class, the elite, the sheiks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people with the money. They're horrible people, and stop giving them a pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, to go back onto this comedy bit they've got, this comedy gala or whatever the fuck it is, gotta say I'm very disappointed in all the comedians who signed up for that, and it's very annoying because I like a few of those comedians. Bill Burr went, which was a bit of a shock. And
yeah, because he seems to be the one that's most against doing something. Okay, by the same token, doing something just for money, totally on brand. Doing something for to stick it to the man, also on brand. This is the opposite of sticking it to the man.
And the thing that gets me the most is, when he was asked about it, he didn't say, I'm doing it for the money, they offered me stupid money. He said, oh yeah, Saudi Arabians are pretty much just like you and me. I don't see what the big deal is. It's like, cool, you're a piece of shit. Every comedian who went has gone for the money, and they're quite happy to take blood money, and that's on them. I want to stress as well, I want to say this, I would like to think that I wouldn't. However, I'm only human, and I know for a fact that if I was offered a stupid amount of money, I'd probably even turn a blind eye. That's not going to happen, so I don't really have to worry about it. But, I do appreciate that there is a certain number where it's like, you can't say no to that sort of money. But a lot of these comedians are already wealthy.
Oh, yeah, they're all already wealthy, pretty much. Because they're already known. What did Krusty say? They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
Yeah. If I already had £1 million, £1 million in my bank account, and someone I disagreed with on a fundamental level said, I will now give you an additional £2 million to say that that me as a person paying you is not a piece of shit, I'd be like, fuck off, I've already got enough money. That's not enough anymore.
I get you.
And, again, fucking Omid Jalili went.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about Omid Jalili in 2025?
Not me.
Jimmy Carr went. Who cares? He's a tax dodger.
Yep.
Dave Chappelle went. He's been a piece of shit for like 10 years anyway.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big master list of names that you can look up very easily. There's like 20 odd comedians. Most of them I recognised, and I was like, cool, that's a shame. I thought you were quite funny. Shane Gillis didn't go, so I get to still watch him.
Okay.
Shane Gillis is quite a funny comedian, in my opinion, and he on his podcast he said that he was offered money to go and he said no, and then he got offered another deal that was twice the amount of the initial deal, and he went, that's still not enough, and then he stopped getting offered money because he suspects that they were worried that they might be able to find the right number and they didn't want to pay that much for him.
It reminds me of when Gabriel Iglesias didn't want to go, and he says, "Oh, give him a ridiculous number," and then 5 minutes later, "Oh yeah, ridiculous just answered."
Yeah, he went as well.
Yeah. But that was a long time ago, and he did it for himself rather than for a whitewashing campaign.
He's gone to this one.
He's going to this one? Okay.
He was on the list of names.
Fair enough.
I know. Like, comedians you wouldn't even expect to do it. Like, Gabriel Iglesias seemed like a good guy. Apparently he's not. Now, I would also put a big old asterisk here and say, I apologise if I'm misremembering the list, but I'm pretty sure I saw his name on there.
But yeah, that's pretty much for it for me, my week, and what I've seen and where I've been. So how about you? Who are you? What have you done?
My name's Devon and I'm an alcoholic. I played a bit more of Sonic Crossworlds, but fuck that, Hades 2 came out of early access, so I've been playing a bunch of that.
You did.
Yeah, I checked my Steam account and it was like, cool, the last time you played this was October last year. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. Because I remember I beat Kronos. Oh shit, that's the final boss of the first place, so spoilers, I guess, but at the same time, game's been out for a long time.
Yeah, isn't the same character literally like in the opening of, oh yeah, this is why shit's gone to fuck?
Might be. It's been a while since I've seen the opening. But yeah, I beat him when he was in super hard mode because early access makes all the fucking boss fights 10 times harder than they are in the actual game because they don't want people actually beating them. I managed to beat him once doing that and I was like, cool, awesome, no point in continuing down this route because they haven't implemented any story yet, so that's just a badge of pride for me and me alone. Yeah,
so it's only gameplay in early access and now they've got the story.
Yeah, so I can now comfortably beat Kronos time and time again. I'm working on the plot. Unfortunately, I've beaten him enough times that I now have to do the other route, which I gotta be honest with you, feels a lot harder.
Sure. How are you enjoying Mel now that you've had the game twice now, essentially?
I mean, I enjoyed Mel from the get-go because they didn't make Zagreus again, which was the main problem. Not the main problem, the main worry. I think I said this back when I first played the early access, where it plays enough like Hades that you still get the same buzz, but it plays different enough that you're not just playing the same game again.
Sure. Okay.
All of her weapons are completely different to Zagreus's. A lot of Zagreus's weapons appear in the game because the people who have the aspects of his weapons just show up in the game.
Yeah, like I think isn't one of the skins for the axe just Thanatos' scythe?
You got Thanatos' scythe, or you got Charon's oar.
Okay.
I'm talking about Zagreus's sword had an aspect called Aspect of Nemesis. Nemesis is in the game, so she uses that sword.
Oh, that's cute.
One of the gun skins is called the Aspect of Eris. Eris is a boss fight. She uses the gun.
Sure, okay.
And I fucking hate that boss fight. I'm not good at it. And it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
The game's good. They've implemented a lot of stuff since it released, and no longer have placeholder drawings, so it's no longer weird when you meet certain characters.
Oh man, I'm just imagining like an MS Paint stick figure.
Not quite MS Paint, but quite clearly concept art, where it's like literally just a sketch.
Sure.
But yeah, game's good. Highly recommend it. If you didn't play it in early access, fine, but now's the time to get it. There's an achievement that I've seen that is to get to the final boss while wearing an alternative costume. I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Do the alternative costumes have different stats?
You've got that, but it's also you only have the costume as long as you have armor.
Okay.
And
so
armor is
hit.
armor is temporary HP. So if you lose all that temporary HP, the costume goes away, and it's like, fuck.
Sure. So there'll be a build around keeping that up.
Well, the actual answer is don't get hit, but I'm not that good.
Sure.
I'm always getting tagged by silly mistakes. I'm just competent enough at the game to build around it, and the actual answer is to not build around constantly getting tagged. The answer is to get good and stop getting tagged.
Yeah, so then you can make a more synergistic build around staying at full HP all the time.
I mean, again, for the most part, I do stay at full HP. It's above 80%. It's just once your armor's gone, and there's no way to re-up the costume because you can only get the costumes from one certain event in the first zone.
Mm-hmm, fair enough.
So that's sorry, go on.
That's something I like. I like as a general playstyle of like your top 30-40% of your health is like buffer zone, and you just vampire that back up to full when you get your momentum back.
There's no vampirism going on. I just tend to lock in once it goes below 50.
Sure.
I play games like that. I'm like very careless until I lose a certain amount of HP, and then I stop fucking around.
Sure. It gets you to the lock-in part quicker, doesn't it? So
I suppose. You may have noticed it yesterday when we played Dark Souls 2, where like I'm being very careless, and then I go down to half health, and I'm like, oh fuck. But yeah, that's just how I play video games. You ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
Dynasty Warriors, Tecmo Koei have made 2 announcements, or rather followed up on 2 announcements. Early on next year, we're getting the Dynasty Warriors Origins DLC. It seems to be an alternate timeline where we save Zhang Jiao.
Okay.
And the Dynasty Warriors remake that we're getting is Dynasty Warriors 3, which I don't know why they chose 3, but it's not the worst one they could have picked.
Yeah, they could have picked 1.
They were never going to do 1.
No, they're never going to do 1.
And to be honest with you, 2 is just jank enough that no one wants it.
Sure, but I think didn't you take a guess that 4 was going to be the one that they were going to go in on?
Like 4 and 5 are my personal favourites, so therefore I'm biased. I suspected 4 more than 5 because it's older.
Sure, okay, but yeah, 3.
Well, 3 is one of is like it's the first one they did after knowing what they wanted to do. Because obviously Dynasty Warriors 1 was a fighting game and no one really remembers it. Dynasty Warriors 2 is now the baseline for the Muso genre, and Dynasty Warriors 3 just improved upon that. Like Dynasty Warriors 2 is so fucking bare bones.
Yeah, it's like you say, progenitor of a genre.
Exactly. They shared a couple of screenshots, and my god, the updated character models look really good.
Yeah, you shared me a meme with the tag of "as beautiful as the day I lost you."
Oh no, that was in the group chat. Before that, I sent you just straight up screenshots.
Sure.
Yeah. That's because we're getting Gan Ning's stupid sword back instead of the fucking flail.
Sure.
Nobody likes the flail. Stop trying to make it a thing. We did also get an interview with the main creative lead of Dynasty Warriors 3. I think it was the creative lead for the remake, that is. And he said, rather ominously said, everything hangs on whether or not this sells well. And it's like, I don't think you're supposed to tell us that.
Yeah, that's a bit doomy and gloomy. Yep.
Well, you got to understand, Dynasty Warriors took a dip with 9. Like, a big dip, because they fucked it.
Yeah, now it all hinges on Jar Jar.
Technically speaking, we all thought it hinged on Origins, and Origins knocked it out of the park, but apparently, it feels like whenever Koei does a Warriors game, it's always just like, if this doesn't sell, we're fucking done. Please buy it. And as a Warriors fan, that's sad to hear.
It is.
In other news, Rick, to the surprise of everybody, and I don't think anybody wanted it, The Simpsons is getting another movie.
Yeah, you posted this, and I think your actual phrase was, I don't know if I've eaten the onion.
Yeah, it turns out it's real.
Yeah. Nobody asked for it. It'd be really funny if it's just like the return of Apu, but it's not.
Well, it's weird because the tagline is like Homer comes back or Homer returns, and it's like, but where did he go?
Yeah, we can't miss you if you never leave.
Pretty much. Someone also pointed out it's been longer between The Simpsons Movie 1 and its sequel, Simpsons Movie 2, than it has been since The Simpsons was created and The Simpsons Movie 1.
Yeah. Man, it was about 20 years ago. About 18 years ago, wasn't it, from movie 1?
It sounds about right. And The Simpsons movie, I'm sure you'll agree with Rick, wasn't good.
It wasn't great. It had some fun parts, like they made Spider Pig into a forced meme. But
they did push that very heavily.
There wasn't a great deal of good Simpsons episodes after the movie.
There was no substance to the movie.
No,
it wasn't good.
It was just a long episode.
But a long shit episode.
Yeah, it was a long episode of the era.
Oh god! And I think you're the one who told me that originally they wanted Hank Scorpio as the president, and it's like it would have been cool to see Hank Scorpio again, but nobody wants to hate him.
Yeah, as the villain, because the president was always going to be
McBain.
Not Drederick Tatum, McBain. Yeah,
I was elected to lead, not to
not
read.
To read.
Yeah.
I go with B.
Now you can read all these plans, or you can just go for B again. I really think I should read them. Just pick B. I'm saying it wasn't a good movie. You're right. There are some moments where you're like they stick in your mind, because I don't know if they were necessarily funny, but they're memorable. But it had nothing to do with the plot. They were just bits.
Yeah.
Like, he's not Spider Pig anymore. He's Harry Plopper.
Oh, and Homer's silo full of pig crap.
Yeah. And Lisa meeting the boy, and it's like, oh, Irish musician. He's not Bono. And Bono was also not relevant by then.
No, he wasn't. No,
do you remember the intro of the film? They had I want to say it was Green Day going da 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 da.
Yeah, and Bart showed his dick.
We didn't show his dick.
Okay, his dick was out, and then they showed it.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I understood the joke they were going for initially, because it was a bit of a play on the... you remember when Homer and Marge got caught naked and they had the garden ornaments in front of them to hide their bits. And it was like, oh, yeah, it's a bit of a play on that. But then they just showed it because, penis?
Yeah, they made it so that they were blocking out everything apart from the dick.
Yeah, very weird. But anyway, in other news, Rick, in a rare Nintendo win, they gave us one of their regular updates regarding keeping their production chain slavery-free.
That's suspiciously specific denial.
It's not even suspiciously specific denial. It's like we have to report on this every 3 months to make sure that people know that, yes, we're taking steps to make sure our supply chain doesn't use slave labour, because a lot of their factories are in China.
Yeah, where people routinely throw themselves off the top of the building, so they've installed nets to catch the ones that do.
Thanks for that one, Rick. But yeah, I say rare Nintendo win because Nintendo have been in my shit book lately, but mostly because it's Nintendo being Nintendo, really. That's the annoying thing, is all the things that Nintendo have done to be shitty are just par for the course, really.
Yeah, because the Pokemon Company doing what they're doing is... They're only half owned by Nintendo, the other half is Game Freak, and still, it's not just Nintendo being pricks about it.
Okay, but they're involved.
Oh yes, they're very definitely involved, and they very definitely want to be the ones that are seen to be defending their patents and copyrights and stuff, even after they introduce them after they've been in prior use by other people.
Oh, don't even.
Like summoning.
It's baffling that they even got granted that patent, and I assume that's only in Japan. There's no way America gave it to them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh.
In other news, Rick. Well, shit, damn. Kill Bill will finally be viewable as a single movie.
Oh, okay. Is it getting abridged?
No, they're just going to play it as one single movie in theatres in December.
Okay. Doing a back-to-back double feature.
It's not a double feature, it's going to be a single movie.
Okay.
Watch it all in one sitting. And the only reason I bring this up is because I've constantly given Quentin Tarantino shit for saying that it's one movie, because you're not able to watch it as one movie, but now you can, or soon you will be able to.
Okie dokie.
Last but not least, Rick, we're ending on a bit of a sad note, sorry for that. Jane Goodall has passed away at the age of 91.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know who Jane Goodall is, you pretty much have her to thank her about all of our knowledge of chimpanzees.
Yeah, Jane Goodall and the Chimps was something that I heard about from a very early Simpsons episode, and
I'm glad you brought that up, Rick, because I was going to ask you what back in the 90s, where Rick and I were both conscious, and well, me later on in the 90s, but still 90s. She was a cultural figure enough that they would just be referenced and make jokes about her all the time in pop culture. Do you have a favourite pop culture reference involving Jane Goodall?
I kind of like the Futurama one with the robot.
I don't
the
remember
robot version of her. So they got a robot version of her that studies the humans and does the kind of Planet of the Apes / Jane Goodall hybrid thing of, oh, they're just like us.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
I think this is the one where Farnsworth is trying to prove that that creationism is a lie, but accidentally creates life that believes in him as a deity, and he can just prove the time that he literally created the universe that they live in.
Yeah, you see, that sounds like I'm only familiar with with seasons 1 to 4.
Sure.
But basically before the revivals. I watched the movies because they were still releasing those when I was, giving a fuck. But, the post-revival era Futurama, I know a sweet fuck all about.
Yeah, this is in the first revival.
Well, there you go. In a similar vein, you already brought it up, but my favourite fucking Jane Goodall bit is The Simpsons, where it turns out she wasn't studying chimps. She was using them to mine in her illegal diamond mine.
Yeah. Would you like some diamonds? How many diamonds will it take to make it better?
It's very funny. But yeah, Jane Goodall, incredibly important as far as research into primates goes. And also just like a genuinely nice person.
Yeah.
It's been brought up to death lately because of her passing, where... are you familiar with a comic strip called The Far Side?
I am.
Yeah, so The Far Side had a comic of two chimpanzees grooming each other, and the one grooming the male chimp just went, a blonde hair, have you been hanging out with that Jane Goodall again? And Jane Goodall wasn't in the country at the time when it was published, so her legal team sent a cease and desist to The Far Side to say, don't do this is blasphemous, and not blasphemous, but
disrespectful and all that.
Yeah. And then when Jane Goodall came back to the country after some time, she got an apology letter from the guy who does The Far Side, and she hadn't seen it, so she saw it and went, that's really fucking funny, and signed it for him.
I like the idea of signing the apology letter and sending it back.
Oh no, signed the comic strip.
Yeah.
And I believe she wrote a foreword for him at some point as well, just as no hard feelings. But yeah, it's very rare for someone so academic to have a sense of humour.
Yeah.
And it's quite upsetting. But 91's not bad going, and I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that her name will forever be etched in science.
Yeah, science and pop culture as well.
Exactly. And on that note, so Rick, for the benefit of me and for those listening and potentially watching along, what are we doing today? And count us in.
We're doing 1922's Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. 3, 2, 1, and go.
So yeah, we've got the original soundtrack in our version. Just to help people out very slightly, I'm 95% sure you can get this movie on YouTube because no one technically owns the copyright anymore. As long as you're not watching one of the DVD releases from like 2004. It even says at the beginning, based on the novel Dracula, so...
Yeah, and freely adapted by Henrik Gellion, yeah.
Very weird. Anyway, I digress. We actually got this version from the Internet Archive, so if there's anything that's not owned by anyone copyright-wise, and you can pretty much find it on there.
Yeah, like we also got one of the Gammas off there as well, didn't we?
We did, because it's public domain.
Yeah.
Look at that, very small cast.
Yeah, there was one, 5 people.
I'm sorry,
maybe more, but...
Ellen, his wife. Ruth, his sister. Oh, no, we've got a few more than 5.
Oh yeah, more than 5. Harding, a ship owner.
Knock the agent. A lot of professors, eh?
Yeah. I like that Ruth, his sister, is also played by a Ruth.
I don't think this will be surprising to hear, Rick, because this film is 103 years old. None of these people are still alive.
Oh, no. Max Schreck himself didn't even make it to World War II.
Jeez, I did not know that. So, chronicled the Great Death in Wisborg, Anno Domini, 1838.
Yeah, Wisborg being the equivalent of Transylvania, I assume.
I also assume so.
Nosferatu, does not this word sound like the call of the death bird of midnight? Take care you never utter it, lest life's pleasures fade into pale shadows and ghostly dreams rise from your heart and feed on your blood.
So the original Dracula book by Bram Stoker was entirely written as like a series of news articles and diary entries, so they're probably trying to invoke that with this.
Okay.
Have you ever read Dracula?
I have not.
Yeah, I've
Long have I pondered the origin and passing of the Great Death in my hometown of Wisborg. Here is the story. In Wisborg, there is find, there is fixed, There lived a man. Butter and his... Oh, the fucking font.
Rick and I were part of a generation where we no longer had to give a fuck about cursive because it was dumb.
Yeah, those weird S's that look like F's.
In that case, it was an L.
Yeah, Lord, give me fucker. I think I've seen this on QI.
Possibly. Oh, she's playing with her pussy.
Yeah. Traditional German cat videos.
Oh, jeez. Can't watch those anymore in the UK.
Not on Imago. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Imago's been banned in Britain.
I don't know why, because they haven't allowed 18 plus content themselves for quite some time.
Yeah, it's because they don't want to... Yeah, I don't know. They don't want to be liable in case something gets past the filter, I guess.
But it makes no sense, does it? That's not on them. That's on people breaking the TOS. If their terms of service says no 18 plus content and an 18 plus content squeaks on through, that's not on them.
By sanity check, yes, but by draconian law, they are still at fault. Why did you kill them? The lovely flowers.
Can we not do Pops' voice for the lady? What was that scene for? I am vaguely aware, by the way, that this village... I might be butchering the story slightly. Go on, sorry. No, okay. Not so fast, my young friend. No one can outrun something, whatever. The set for the village is still standing today. Okay. You know, it's in a warehouse somewhere. Are you still sneezing?
I'm trying to stop.
Also, living there was... Okay, that went... You can't take your time when you read these, because that went away in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I was trying to timestamp my sneezes.
Well, no, you could... yeah, okay, you'll silence those, I assume.
Yes.
So, we're going to be talking about sneezing, guys, despite Rick not being the one who's ill. But they'll be silenced, because Rick's going to fix it. So if you hear sneezes, it's Rick's fault. Is this meant to be Renfield?
It might be. He does look a bit like Mr. Burns. No, he looks more like Wernstrom, don't he?
Not really. He looks like Mr. fucking Hyde. So yeah, this movie is entirely silent. So we don't really have to concentrate that much when listening.
Yeah, because it's not really a listening movie, it's just a watching movie. His Lordship, Count Orlok, from Transylvania, wishes to purchase a lovely home in our little town. You could earn a pretty penny.
Do you want me to read the cursive?
Maybe. It will cost you a bit of effort, a bit of sweat, and perhaps a bit of blood.
Wait, hang on. How does he know? Oh no, hang on. The main character would be Renfield, wouldn't he? Because Renfield originally is the guy who sells Dracula his house, or tries to sell. Oh yeah, Dracula
he is, isn't he? Yeah. He's the one that. He's like the first one that Dracula comes across, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's some powerful unibrow.
It is. How else can you tell someone's evil?
If he seeks a handsome, deserted house. if his head sinks down to his chest and his shoulders become his new hairline. That house, just opposite yours. Offer him that one.
I doubt he said it that sinisterly.
Give him it for free. I have quickly... travel well, young friend. To the land of the ghosts.
I am giving Rick just a little bit of shit with the cursive, but I really don't blame him.
Yeah. I must journey far, far away to the land of thieves and ghosts.
Like, with this, like, the capital I and the F look the fucking same.
Yeah, F must travel. I assume that she is up on a thing and that he's not just a midget. Because they did show them at the same height earlier.
But that being said, I don't like saying this, but she does look a bit like a bloke in a wig.
At the moment, she does look a bit like Noel Fielding.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yes, yes, yes. Apparently this is also very Jawsy in that we don't actually get to see Count Orlok for that much.
Sure, okay. Speaking of Jaws, he's getting a Magic the Gathering secret lair.
No, it doesn't look like Noel Fielding. It looks like fucking John Cleese. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Back when he used to do drag.
Yeah. It looks like the I Know My Place sketch.
Oh, God.
I am upper class. I look down on the middle class.
I will say, apologies to this woman for comparing her to one Noel Fielding and then John Cleese.
Yeah, well, she's not going to be complaining.
Probably not, but I still want to apologise.
Yeah. The makeup has not done him much favours. Thus, Butter entrusted his anxious wife to the care of his friends, the rich ship owner Harding and his sister.
Is that Butter?
It might be Hutter.
I think Hutter makes a bit more sense for a name.
Yeah.
It does look a bit like a B or an A, so again, I don't blame you, but Butter just sounds wrong. Who's this fucking
How many
bloke?
people are going to be in this house?
Right. Sister and the husband. Gotcha. Yeah. Forgot.
Yeah. Fear not. Nice house.
Yeah.
I've just said goodbye. Can I have an additional goodbye, please? Yes.
Yes, Thomas Hutter.
Sure. I will forget. And young Hutter travelled many dusty roads, but at last the glowing peaks of the Carpathian Mountains towered before him. The horses strained harder.
So he's not meant to be Renfield, he's meant to be Jonathan Harker, who is apparently the young estate agent in Dracula, but I could have sworn... Well, I guess Renfield's already owned? Already his Dracula's servant? I just remember the main...
Renfield just like a door-to-door salesman or something?
I don't know. I generally don't. I just know that, like, the first character... The first POV character we have, or main perspective we have, is the real estate agent in Dracula.
Sure. Yeah, so you got Jonathan Harker, you got Nina Harker, and you got Renfield, and those are the only characters that I know. other than Dracula himself.
You do know one more character.
I probably do.
Who's Dracula's greatest adversary?
Oh, yeah. Van Helsing.
Yeah, so Van Helsing does show up in this, but he's called Doctor something.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, Van Helsing might also be a doctor, but I don't remember.
Yeah, he's either a doctor or he might be a Professor Van Helsing.
Maybe. So, yeah, and one of the tidbits I got while... gone.
Hurry! My dinner! I must go to Count Orlok's castle!
But I do remember some of the behind-the-scenes information is a lot of the night scenes were filmed during the day, which means without the post-editing to make it a bit more obvious shit's happening at night, it was very clearly shot during the day. Because, you know, black and white makes lights brighter and darks darker, and this bloke's mustache made him look crippled and deformed.
It does a bit, yeah. You cannot travel now. The werewolf roams the forests. There's a werewolf?
I don't think there is actually a werewolf. I think that's just them fucking up slightly, because remember in Dracula's original tale, there's a bunch of wolves in the forest.
Sure.
Because that's something that gets associated with powerful vampires now, as they have control over wolves and bats and whatnot.
Yeah, wolves, bats, and sometimes rats.
Rats, I believe, is something regular Dracula can do as well.
Yeah.
I will say this as well. I'm not going to say it now, actually, because it will spoil the ending of the film.
Sure. I like how he just throws that in just to piss her off while she's trying to do a job. But I think that's like the coal pan, isn't it, where they put that in to make the bed warm.
Maybe. So yeah, this was filmed in 1922, and that's a hyena.
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
Why is there a hyena?
To make it look less like a regular wolf, I guess.
Was that just stock footage, or did they actually just film a hyena? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's early enough in cinema, and like the edition of film that it might actually be one of the first times that they caught a hyena on film anyway.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
Of vampires, terrible phantoms, magic, and the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, why have they spelt phantoms like that?
Well, the same reason magic's got a CKE.
I was so baffled by the spelling of phantoms, I didn't even see the E for magic.
From Belial's deed, there sprang the vampire Nosferatu.
Seed.
Who liveth... seed, yes. The vampire Nosferatu, who liveth and feedeth on human bloody. The unholy creature liveth dinister covered, entombed and coffined, and they're filled with cursed forth from the fields of the Black Death.
Like deed I'll give you, because it did at least somewhat make sense in the context, but it was definitely seed because, you know, spunking.
Yep. Thank you for marking me out of 10.
I wasn't really marking you, I was kind of helping the audience as well, because if they're just listening to you, they're going to think, what the fuck is this gibberish? Interesting how you say Belial.
Oh, Belial, yeah.
Like your version is probably correct, but I've always...
Belial, was it?
It's just a generic... At this point in time, it's just a generic demon name to use for calls.
Yeah.
It's like, Belial, Beelzebub, Lucifer... That fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Stelios!
Oh, the horses are having a little play with random children?
Yeah, getting chased. Once again, we have a vampire's terrible phantom's magic on the 7 deadly sins.
For a second, I thought he picked up a mobile phone.
Yeah. And he's having a right giggle and throwing it away.
To be fair, if you look at that and immediately believe it, you're a fool. Certainly one way to fucking wake up, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, you strip half naked and wash yourself in your bedpan.
I don't think that was a bedpan. Interesting we've gotten sepia all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Maybe to better mark that it's definitely day.
That might be it. Like, they put it in sepia for daytime and black and white for nighttime.
I was told that it was blue for night shots, but we might be looking at a different version that described that. Do we really need that much of an establishing shot on the fucking mountains?
Maybe some people have never seen a mountain before.
What
if you're from Yorkshire? You've seen a hill, maybe.
But they didn't even look like mountains. They looked like a close-up shot of some coal. I know that's easy for me to say nowadays when everything we watch is in HD, so, you get really good shots of everything. Now, obviously I would never do it, and you never would either, but you've ever looked at lava and thought, boy, I wish I could taste it.
Make haste, the sun is setting. Yeah, it does look like a forbidden treat, doesn't it?
Yeah. Meanwhile, you can't even get close without your skin fucking sizzling.
Oh, yeah.
This music choice is... Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, person with instrument fucks around for 10 minutes.
Well, I was going to say it sounds more like exploring the Wild West than fucking Transylvania.
Offer as much as you like to me, we shall go no further.
In case you're wondering what... a king's ransom back then.
13 pounds! We won't go on unnatural deeds occur beyond this pass.
In case you're wondering what Rick's go-to voice is, apparently it's that one. You've used it for like 4 different people now. I do like the touch of our main character just straight up laughing off the superstition.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's in character, but like, yeah, it's pretty good establishing character trait that's been reinforced multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
No sooner had Hutter crossed the bridge than the ghostly faces he had so often told me about took hold of him.
Okay, so this isn't Hutter writing this.
So yeah, the paper ones seem to be like the Diary of Van Helsing, I assume, or the equivalent.
What the fuck what just happened?
It's the Headless Horseman is coming, like, but with a carriage.
Oh, there we go. But this is meant to be nighttime, that's why we got blue.
Yeah, it's blue, yeah. Oh yeah, like you say, it's very obviously daytime because there's like massive shadows. He's politely waited. Would you like to get in?
Would you like some brandy? Ever drink Baileys from a shoe? Why? Why is it doing it so quickly? Oh god, it kind of ruins the moment, doesn't it? It's otherwise quite sinister. They've even got this silly panpipe music playing over it.
Yeah, and then sped up the panpipes. Yeah.
I will say this is quite the sinister-looking gentleman.
It is. That looks like the building I crashed the car into that one time.
Well then. The building that magically appeared out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? It's so it so takes you out of it.
It's so silly every time.
God damn. I think we might get our first witness of the vampire soon.
Hello.
My name is Tommy Rousseau. Welcome to my room.
I did not hit her. I did not.
We've got to watch that for the channel.
Yeah.
It's annoying though, isn't it? It's like we keep saying we want to do a month of shit because we're like, it'll be very funny. But we know it's going to be incredibly torturous when we do it.
Yeah. Like, if it comes to shit, it's going to have to be, like, forfeits or something.
Oh, yeah. You got to space out the shit.
Yeah. Because even when we do something that could be hit or miss, if, like, 3 out of 4 of them are crap, it's a miserable month.
Yeah.
You've kept me waiting too long. Now it is almost midnight. My service, blah, 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 blah.
My servants are asleep. This music sounds like it's from the original Digimon world, and I know that's a weird thing to say. The original Digimon world game on the PS1.
Yeah. Ooh, end of Act 1. Everyone, stand up, have a piss, buy some more popcorn. He's got a hell of a nose on him, ain't he?
He's reading Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, handicap, you wife-beating drunk.
I wouldn't cut bread like that, sir.
Yeah, you cut towards your best friend. He's waiting for the guy to cut himself, isn't he? Ah, little skelly bob.
The way that at the moment he looks a bit like that fella from Lemony Snicket.
He does a bit, don't he? Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's why. Oh, you cut yourself. Let me get a bandage with my. You've hurt yourself. The precious blood.
To be fair, if anyone did that to me after I cut myself, I'd be freaked out.
Yeah. I'll suck on you like a Capri Sun.
Alternatively, it's like, oh, I accidentally cut myself shaving my gentleman's area. Do you want to suck that too? There's no blood here. Keep going, you might get something.
Shall we not sit together a while, my very dear friend? Sunshine is still a little bit off, and during the day I sleep. Good friend, truly I sleep the deepest sleep.
Sunrise, not sunshine.
Sunshine, yeah, sunrise. Sunrise is still a while off, yeah, still far off.
So it's interesting, isn't it? Because Orlok doesn't look anywhere near as monstrous as we know what he looks like for a couple of shots.
Yeah, he's got hair. As soon as the sun rose, Hutter too was freed from the shadows of the night.
You know what? The more times I see it, the more times I am also subconsciously seeing it as butter.
I do feel that I have recently fallen plank asleep in a chair.
Well, with Hutter, it was from fear. With you, it's from old age.
Yeah.
I think everyone's done that, where they've been just exhausted. They're like, we're going to sit down for like 10 minutes, watch a bit of telly, and then like 5 minutes later, like... I tried to do a snoring sound effect, but because of my cold...
Yeah, you just end it with a oink.
It wasn't good. Got a question for you, Rick. Would you get a blowjob from a vampire?
Probably.
Probably. Why only a probably?
Well, as long as it was safe, sane, and consensual.
Well, consensual it would be, but safe and sane probably not.
I mean, one of the greatest fears is usually a blowjob with teeth, isn't it?
Well, my fear would be like when you're engorged, there's a lot of blood down there, and like, would they give in to that craving?
Yeah. Now would you?
It depends how hot the vampire was.
Yeah, like if it was Rouge the Bat, then probably. If it was Astarion, probably.
I don't like Astarion. His proportions are weird.
Well,
here's the thing. I saw Astarion for this first time. I went, oh, twink. And then he took his shirt off and I went, oh, not twink.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like Astarion. Like, he's a knobhead.
Oh, yeah, he's a bit of a twat.
He's okay as a friend, but as a romantic partner, nah, get fucked, boy.
Yeah, especially if you ascend him.
Well, yeah, but you've already made more mistakes than you ought to have gotten to that point.
Yeah. My beloved, my darling. Do not the seduced that you have
do not
beloved.
Be saddened.
Do not be saddened that your beloved has passed away or something, is it?
I don't think it was passed away because he's writing it.
Is he going back? The mosquitoes are a horrible nuisance. I already have 2 bites on the neck. My very close together. One testicle, the other. One beside the other. One beside the other.
Okay, I was going to say, how did you get testicle? But now I'm looking at it and I can kind of see it. So that means this motherfucker's already been bit, which is bad news.
Yeah. One's steamy are hot.
Dreams are heavy.
One's dreams are heavy in this gloomy castle. Let's do not the alarmed.
Yeah, I don't know what that last fucking... It wasn't let's, because it doesn't make sense grammatically, does it? But I don't know what it was. It went away too quick.
It could have been like in the 1800s way of saying it. Like, let's do not be alarmed, as in, like, don't be alarmed.
Possible. Is this gentleman black?
That's a horse, sir.
I meant the guy riding it, and no, on closer inspection, he's not.
No.
I was like, you don't really think of black people being in Germany in the 20s, do you?
No, you don't.
I mean, there were some, but it weren't common.
The ghostly evening light seemed to revive the shadows of the castle once again.
So in the original What We Do in the Shadows, in the movie, they've got a housemate called Peter who is just a Nosferatu vampire, and he's one of the funniest members of the cast. They organise a house meeting, and then they go, it's like, is Peter coming to the house meeting? It's like, Peter's 8,000 years old, he will not be attending. Oh no, now he's going to get the horn for your wife.
I smell your blood, and now your wife has got similar blood, I think.
That's not how that works, Rick.
Your wife has a lovely neck.
Just cut to Bart Simpson. What an odd thing to say. I've seen that meme cropping up a lot lately, and it always gives me a chuckle.
It's good, isn't it? I shall buy the house, the handsome, deserted house opposite yours.
Again, I doubt he'd be quite so obviously sinister. Gotta be honest with you, I think it was a good move to get away from the pipes.
It was, yeah. Especially the panpipes that were there just at night. Said Nosferatu clutches his victims with his clawed and duello their blood, and sucks their blood, life, a hellish elixir of life. Beware that his shadows waiteth not upon life, a terrible nightmare.
Some of this is just written weird because I'm just gonna blame German on it. Oh, we're gonna get a shot in a minute, aren't we? If this door's anything to go by.
There we are. Yeah, his head's off.
Yeah. This is the bit everyone's seen. Our main character here does look a bit like a young Gene Wilder.
He does a bit.
Obviously could not have possibly been. This is the scene I'm on about, where he's just standing in the doorway.
Look away, he can't possibly be there.
It's honestly probably the best shot. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's the best shot of the movie, despite not even being halfway through yet.
Like, it's the iconic shot. And him just appearing to grow in size.
You see what I mean about... Oh, gone.
At that same hour.
See what I mean about the limb proportions?
Yeah.
She's looking a lot more feminine in this shot. Maybe it was like hairstyle, I don't know.
I think it's got to be like a combination of the hairstyle, the clothes, just a perfect storm of things not going well for this nice lady.
Yeah.
To make her look like a cross between John Cleese and Noel Fielding.
I don't think she's a cross between the two. I think it's I saw one thing and you saw another.
Sure.
That's not weird.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so she's been, like, hypnotized by Wi-Fi. Ellen! A doctor! A doctor!
What's up, doc? That's interesting. Okay. I wasn't expecting to hear any voices.
Yeah, me either. Hutter! Now Count Orlok has finished being a predator.
It's not the most subtle of analogies, is it?
No, he fucks off with his tail between his legs.
That's not his tail, my friend. Put that away. She's hysterical. Bring 2 dildos immediately. Well, that's what they were originally like invented for in Victoria. Well, used for in Victorian times was like
harmless congestions of the blood.
It was like to deal with hysterical women. It's like, oh, we need to take care of this. Go on.
Yeah. The doctors described Ellen's fear to me as an unknown illness, yet I know that her soul heard the call of the death bird that night. Nosferatu was already spreading his wings.
So yeah,
in the morning light, Hutter set out to investigate the horror of his nights.
Yeah,
so yes, hysterical dildo.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah, women were hysterical, and the only way to cure it is an orgasm, but apparently Victorians didn't know what that was. That's a very abridged version of the story, guys. I do appreciate it's not entirely accurate, but, like, look it up, or don't. You'd be a bit scared to open that door again, wouldn't you?
You would, wouldn't you? Even worse when it's the only one in or out, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Of that room, at least.
Give it some welly, son.
Huh. He's got a coffin. It's not a cough that carries you off, it's the coffin they carry you off in.
Okay, then. Man, that's not even a coffin. It looks like a proper sarcophagus.
Yeah. The query is, like, why would he be led down here? I guess maybe the smell?
I think the filmmaker is just saving us some time by avoiding showing him going into 700 different rooms with no consequence.
Yeah, the ones that were just empty, yeah, sure.
Although Orlov's meant to have a bunch of servants, it's kind of... okay, I know that they didn't have enough money for a bunch of actors, and therefore didn't have loads of actors, and therefore only have Orlov and our main character in this here castle.
So I wonder if the guy actually is that fast.
He's meant to be a vampire, isn't he? So, 6 speed? It's weird how we get the yellow hue inside the building but blue outside.
Ellen!
I appreciate you for not going for the Alan joke. Alan!
Steve!
Oh, that's not Steve.
He's just tearing it up to become a spooky, scary ghost. Oh no, he's rappelling down, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'm kind of confused because he just watched Olaf leave, so there's no more threat.
Yeah, and like the front door is open, like it's like yes, he couldn't open it earlier, but now he can. He's dead.
Also, like his horse has got nicked.
Oh, he got here without a horse.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Technically,
he got a lift,
didn't he? Yeah, he got a lift. So he got a lift with the horse that are ostensibly under Orlok's employ.
Yeah. Wait, is he on a boat now?
The raftsmen did not know what unholy cargo they were steering down the river.
That must have been annoying to shoot back then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rather grand river to be able to shoot something like that on without any form of like safety.
Yeah.
Farmers brought him to the hospital yesterday. They say he had fallen off a mountain. He is still feverish.
Well, go give the actor credit. He looks traumatised.
He does. Coffins. Yeah, someone wakes up and they just go, coffins. Yeah, you'd think they were a bit nutty, wouldn't you? Nosferatu was on his way. The danger for Wisborg drew nearer. Professor Bulmer, the was at the time investigating the nature of its unifying principles, told me that coffins filled with the earth had been loaded onto the two-masted Empusa.
Yeah.
Paracelsian.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I think it's Paracelsus. Paracelsus is the like ancient scientist.
Oh, okay. Very quick correction as well. It's Bulwer, not Bulmer.
Bulwer, okay.
Yeah, no, not sexy and no blue hair.
The ship is to set sail tonight.
Hey, we've got the ship captain and Sailor 1 and 2 in this shot.
He is the one named Sailor 2. I'm not reading that. Bill of landing. Galas to Visborg. Cargo 6 crates of earth for experimental purposes.
Yeah, bill of lading. Don't know what the difference is between lading and landing, to be fair, but
well, it will be all laden with treasures.
It wasn't. No, it's just shit earth.
Okay, but they're being paid full price for it.
This is true. You got to bear in mind as well, like the original vampire myth is like, in order for a vampire to make somewhere his home, they need earth from their homeland to be, scattered around it.
Yeah, like their coffin needs to be on their own earth.
Yeah, more or less. Rats. I hate rats.
Rats, rats, we're here about to cry. Rats, rats, we shout till we die.
Very well behaved rats.
They are. Even when they're doing that.
This is an old-timey movie. I hope he didn't actually hit any of them.
Yeah. I should note that during this time, Professor Bulwer, the Paraclesian, was initiating his students into the cruel habits of carnivorous plants. In horror, they observed nature's mysterious ways.
It's actually really hard to get carnivorous plants to do anything.
Yeah, like, best you can do is, like, feed it a fly.
You kind of do have to hand feed them, because they're, obviously ones in the jungle, in the wild and stuff, are very good at attracting prey, but ones kept in your fucking office, not so much.
Yeah, they don't need to, because they know that you will just hand feed them.
They're not conscious, Rick.
I know.
That's a big fly.
Yeah, we have our snuff film.
That's going to get slowly digested over the next 12 to 24 hours.
Like a vampire, is it not?
Very interesting how that's got the proper spelling.
It appears that the imminent arrival of the strange Nosferatu drove the real estate agent knock into the shadows. The patient admitted yesterday has gone stark raving mad.
Gone?
My mustache gives me super strength.
My mustache. Or we could have a Team 4-star route of moustache.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's that guy.
Well, he did say we were dealing with Knock.
Yeah. Blood is life. Blood is life.
He's technically not incorrect.
Caught it with one hand, eats it with the other.
I wouldn't let him get too close, lads. Yeah.
Scare cord.
Might be the earliest ever use of one.
And this one.
We're looking at bacteria.
A polyp with tentacles.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Transparent. Almost ethereal.
What are we watching?
But a phantom, almost. We're watching some of the earliest snuff films known to man.
It's not a snuff film if it's bacteria, Rick.
Yeah.
It's also not a snuff film if it's a fly getting eaten by a fucking fly trap.
Yeah. Spiders.
That's how they be.
Yeah. They turn you into a Capri Sun and then drink you over the course of however long they need you. Ellen was often seen at the beach. Amidst the solitude of the dunes, pining for her beloved, she searched the waves and horizon with her eyes.
Because he left by sea, you see, despite clearly leaving by horse.
Yeah.
Oh, she's even got a chair.
This is where they. She's brought a bench. This is where they're very obviously copying the Bram Stoker one, and they've not cared to edit it for the other edits that they've done already.
Or again, they just forewent showing us that part of the journey.
Yeah, true, maybe so.
Because we know Olok is getting transported by ship, so yeah. It's in the original Dracula tale. I believe he goes from Transylvania to Britain, doesn't he?
Yeah, he comes to Whitby.
Of all the places.
I know, right?
Still better than Birmingham, I suppose.
Yes. We pay the lottery winners the sum of Birmingham.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Are we going to get a special effect? No.
I doubt it, although I am kind of lamenting the fact that we've still got 40 minutes left. Nothing's really happening at the moment, is the thing, and I know they're establishing certain facts and whatnot, but as someone who's used to more modern movies, it's a bit dull.
Yeah, they've not really settled on the... I'm saying they're not settled on the 3-act structure yet, but we're already in Act 3. My beloved, my darling, do not be saddened that your beloved will be away.
It's still far away.
The mosquitoes are a horrible nuisance, blah, 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 bitten on the neck, blah, blah, blah.
We read these earlier.
Yes.
Man, I got bitten by some fucking bugs when I was in France. I was very annoyed.
Yeah. I really hate when they just bite you around your sock line.
Oh, for me, it was on my arm, which was even more weird because I was wearing, a shirt.
Yeah.
But, very clearly bug bites because that's the only thing that swells up that big.
Yep.
Bastards. Well, he seems to be doing better.
He's enjoying a little bit of attention. No! I must leave! Take the shortest route home.
This might be what prompts him to take a boat, then. Thank you, Mrs. Nunn, and she's like, you bastard.
Yeah, he's doomed. He's doomed.
You didn't leave any money for the tithe or nothing, you stingy cunt. This is very nautical theme playing, isn't it?
It is.
I apologise for us both being quiet, but it's literally just an establishing shot of a boat that we already know Nosferatu's on.
Yeah. Yeah, like even stuff like this, like, it might have been one of the earliest shots of something like this and, like, dragging a horse through, but, like, we know that this is happening.
Oh, we're back at the boat.
The boat is going unmanned, apparently.
I couldn't afford extras.
Is he? Oh, okay. He's stealing from me. I thought he was going to stick a finger up his arse or something.
To be a bit of a technicality, Rick, the first ever feature-length movie was apparently in 1904.
Okay.
The earliest surviving film...
An epidemic of the plague has broken out into Transylvania in the ports of Varna and Valas of the Black Sea. Young people are succumbing in droves. Victims will exhibit the same strange scars on the neck. Doctors say their origin remains a mystery. The dandelions have been closed to all ships suspected of carrying the plague.
I think that's Dan Daniels, but a port, basically.
Yeah, like Dardanelles or something, yeah.
The earliest surviving film is from 1888.
Okay.
That's a family movie. Like, yeah. I'm going to type first commercial film. That might get me a better thing. Nothing else to do. More fucking ship shots.
Yeah, I've seen some of the copies of early films in the National Media Museum near where I live.
Yes, and I'm not too far away from Kingston, where a certain chap is very well known to have come from, who has a lot of those. A lot of moving pictures, basically. But yeah. He didn't shoot any of them in the UK, it's just like he happens to be from there, therefore there's an exhibit about him. Sure. According to this, the very first commercial short film was by the Lumiere brothers in Paris on December 28th, 1895.
Okay.
So a good 30-odd years before this. However, it's also said short film, whereas this is an hour and a goddamn half. Whereas a short film, you'll be lucky to get more than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe even 5. A sailor has taken ill below deck. He is delicious.
Delirious.
Orlok probably thought he was delicious.
Is this where we're going to see more bite marks?
Yeah, he's had his knob torn clean off.
No, on the neck, you fool.
Chewy knob.
Did he just whack him?
Might as well have done. I forgot the name for a loaf. I was about to say, yeah, he just like nicked his pint of bread.
I mean, it's basically a pint in solid form.
Yeah.
Don't leave me alone down here. Well, that's a pretty cool.
It's a cool little. Yeah, one of the probably was one of the earlier special effects.
Sure, there's a lot of speculation on our parts today.
Absolutely.
Again, this was not a big budget movie, so chances are a lot of the effects that they have is techniques they would have already known of.
It spreads like an epidemic through the ship. The infected sailor dragged the entire crew with him into the dark grace of the waves, or the grave. In the rays of the sinking sun, the captain and the ship's mate took leave of their lost comrade.
Of
their last comrade, yeah.
This is kind of short-sighted on Count Orlok's part.
Yeah, because it's like smoking gun pointing directly at him.
Well, you got that, and you've also got the fact that, you need a few more than just 2 people.
I'm going below deck. If I'm not back in 10 minutes, burn this entire boat.
Now I am the dead. Blech.
Okay, 1895, apparently.
Which is what I said.
Yeah.
First short film there.
Alfred Clark's beheading of Mary Queen of Scots as a special effect.
Oh, okay. We weren't looking at... I didn't realise you were looking at special effects specifically. But it wouldn't have been the first special effect. When you said first special effect, I thought you meant the first use of that type of special effect.
Yeah, I was just looking at just special effects in general. There were some still special effects made before that.
Wow, that was well done.
Yeah, very iconic.
So they probably just slowly lowered him downwards, didn't they, and then reversed it. Yeah,
reversed it, yeah.
I will say, for someone who was intent on getting a bit of revenge there, he looked rather lackadaisical while he was chopping into the coffins.
Kick him.
I mean, I can see what the captain's doing, but I don't quite know why he's doing it. Like, he's fastening himself to the wheel, but I don't know why.
The ship of death had a new captain.
That's interesting, because I was going to say, we haven't actually seen Orloff turn anybody. He's just been eating.
End of Act 3.
Yeah, I've got a suspicion we're going to have 5 acts, given that each act has been about 20 minutes.
Sounds about right. Answer my riddles 3. Oh, we're back to her again.
She's kind of a crucial part of the plot at this point.
Yeah. Truly, it is hard to say where young Hutter drew the strength to overcome all the obstacles on his journey home. Meanwhile, Nosferatu's deadly breath filled the sails of the ship, which flew towards the destination of blah 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 blah.
With ghostly haste.
Yes. Yeah, so we've got Butter and Bulmer.
Yeah, so he seems to have impaled a couple of sailors onto the flagstaff. But I don't quite know why, because if he's going to turn up in port, that's going to raise some alarm bells.
Yeah, it's going to tell people that you're evil, and make people less likely to want to bring your coffins full of dirt off the ship.
I am just going to take a very brief opportunity to once again apologise to anyone who's been hearing my constant sniffles. Can't help it, sorry. Discord is probably silencing most of them.
Yeah, for me, I'm alright.
But I'm aware I've been a bit grunty.
I must go to him. He is coming.
He is coming loud, hard, and thick. I ever tell you about
full of paint.
Did I ever tell you about Val Venus from WWE?
I think you did. Yeah.
So his gimmick was he was a porn star.
Yes.
And he had a shirt you could buy that was just Val Venus. It just said Val Venus on it, but Val Venus was in cum letters.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Who thought this was a good idea?
Oh, Jesus.
We also had the APA. Do you know what APA stood for?
No, go ahead.
Stood for the Acolyte Protection Agency, which is fine. However, for some reason, they had a shirt that said that what it actually meant is always pounding ass.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah. Quite frankly, Rick, I'm amazed I'm as normal as I am, because I was brought up on this shit.
I'm an ass man.
Down! I love the lyrics to that video, because it's so baffling. I love to kiss 'em.
I love to push 'em.
Yeah, that's the bit that gets confusing.
Yes. We assume that you're pushing something into the ass.
The interviews with Billy Gunn, asking him about that theme song, and he goes, "It's catchy, isn't it? But yeah, it doesn't make any sense." A little tight one can stop me on a dime. I'm an ass man. I do realise we're sort of lampooning this sinister shot by talking about assholes.
We're talking about Mr. Ass. Badass Billy Gunn, Mr.
Dude,
Ass.
he is still wrestling at like 61.
The master is near. The master is near.
Dude, if you've got 2 seconds, look up Billy Gunn in 2025. The guy is a beast.
He is.
Yeah. Still wrestling. Obviously not quite as an intense schedule as he used to do in his prime, but still, it's quite amazing. And like proper wrestling, not like fucking Ric Flair just flopping about for 2 seconds. Nice bit of stop motion there.
Yeah. Ric Flair flopping about and saying woo.
Climbing up to the top rope, but never making it.
Yeah.
That would haunt your fucking nightmares, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? Man, like, him just popping up is just so memey, it's really funny.
Well, he's going to get murdered, isn't he? Why did he even... Like, he knew this patient was dangerous.
Long have I pondered my Nosferatu was said to have taken earth-filled coffins with him. I found on account that vampires can only draw their shadowy strength from the cursed earth in which they were buried.
Well, there we go. In case you didn't know that about vampires, now you do.
Ah.
I will say that Long Have I, the eye does look like a 3.
Yeah. It's like an upside down 6. Or a back to front 6.
Kinda. I sees what you're going for. Listen, I'm just saying, if that coffin is filled with shit, then you've got to be hench as fuck to carry it.
Yeah, especially with those really long arms. Which is established he has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, out come the ratties.
Yeah, rats get a bit of a bad rep because of the whole blue plague thing, but pet rats are actually quite nice.
Yeah.
Street rats can fuck right off, but pet rats are okay in my book.
Yeah, they are actually kind of cute.
I appreciate it's meant to be nighttime, despite the shadows, which again you pointed out earlier, and now I cannot unsee.
I can't unsee it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you brought it up that it was very obviously daytime when it was being filmed,
Yeah.
and like the massive shadows are like the way you can very definitely see it, unless there's an incredibly bright blue moon.
Possible. But yeah, I know it's meant to be nighttime, so people aren't meant to be out and about. Because again, this is the 1800s. People weren't out at night, generally. But like, this is a bit blasé, isn't it?
Yeah.
For someone who's meant to be quite sneaky and stealthy. Like, I could very easily seeing this like taking a sudden like twist and turn and becoming a Last of the Summer Wine episode.
Yeah, I get you. the one in which Compo became a member of the undead.
If there's one member of that trio you don't want to become immortal, it's probably Compo.
No.
He doesn't control rats, he controls ferrets.
Yeah. Oh, everybody, it's the Way Clegg.
Okay, so I just cleared my nose in the worst way possible. I don't know if it's going to come up on the audio, but it might. But I just sniffed really hard, and then all of a sudden my mouth was just full of snot.
Oh, yeah, you could have done it worse, don't worry about it.
Could I have? Because that's quite an unpleasant sensation.
They call it blowing your nose Chinese style, where you just put your finger over one nostril and just blow.
Oh, that's not Chinese style, that's football style. Like athlete style. Like, you don't have a tissue on a football pitch, you just go boom. It's called the nose rocket. Snot rocket.
Yeah. Yeah, no snot rockets.
I can't do that because it's not bogies, it's snot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm congested. I've got a question for you, Rick, because everybody I've asked has had the same answer, but a mutual friend of ours was saying it was their birthday not too long ago, and they had a meal with their family, and he told his sister while at that, it was like, oh, I'm going to be bunged up later because of the amount of food he ate. And his sister was like, oh, you can't say that. Like, what? So his sister was, if I say I'm bunged up, what does that mean to you, Rick?
To me, that just means, yeah, in your sinuses.
But in the context of eating food.
Yeah, we've searched everywhere, not a living soul on board. In terms of eating food, I guess constipated?
Sorry, bunged up isn't the right word. Bricked up is the word he used.
Bricked up. Oh, like, yeah, shitting bricks? I don't know.
To me, if someone says they're bricked up, it means I haven't had a shit for like 3 days and I really need one.
Yeah.
But according to our friend's sister, she thought it meant that you really need to have a wank. And even if you think that's what that means, why would you bring it up at dinner? You probably know the friend I'm talking about because we hung out with them yesterday. So like you can ask him to verify. But
oh man,
it's quite an odd thing to assume that your brother's just casually telling you over dinner.
Say that you're bricked up, meaning that you're pent up. Oh man. Varna, July the 12th. Crew exclusively myself as the captain. One helmsman, one ship's mate. One goth.
I know it's not, but this does look a bit like Charlie Chaplin with a bad beard.
It looks like Charlie Chaplin as played by Blackadder.
Oh god, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way. God, I don't like those old school gangplanks at all.
No, I don't.
This might be our Van Helsing.
It might be. Bulver, that's not Bulmer.
That's a nice painting that you can't fully appreciate in black and white.
It is. Day 2, July 13th. One sailor with fever. Cause SSW, wind WE. Day 3, July 14th. Ship's mate bubbling. Claims unknown passenger is below deck. Cause SE, wind WE.
So, to explain things, it's course. South-southwest wind is the direction of the wind.
Right, okay.
So they're heading southeast and the wind is blowing in X direction. But I don't blame you for reading it as cause at all.
Day 10, July 22nd. Rats in ship's hold. Danger of plague. Course southeast, wind northeast.
By Jove, man, this is bollocks!
Danger of plague, go home! Bolt your windows and doors!
I guess the early 1800s, people would have they kind of sussed out the cause of the Black Plague by then.
Yeah.
Because back when the Black Plague was actually a problem was like the proper medieval times. Jesus Christ, that might actually be the street that I accidentally may have used for our thing.
Maybe.
Looks very close.
The one for the opening scene for this month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hear ye! Proclamation, it is hereby decreed and made known that the responsible town forbids its populace for transport the ill or plague-stricken to the hospital. Hereby the plague merely spreads through the streets.
Whereby?
Whereby, yep.
God, fuck Cursive. It does remind me of that post of like someone boasting of like, oh look, we can write in cursive, we can do this and we can do that. They don't know that in the later generations, and it's like, yeah, who didn't teach us?
Yeah. A, teachers, and B, rotate a PDF.
Rotate PDF?
Yeah, it's something. Oh, end of Act 4. Yeah, it's something that the like over 50s can't do is rotate PDFs apparently.
I've never tried to rotate a PDF. I can't think of a reason why you'd need to.
In case it was scanned wrong and you need to rotate it to be able to read it upright.
I've never encountered a PDF that's been scanned wrong.
Yeah, normally it's been rotated ahead of time.
To this day, I'm not quite sure why, but Berserk has a main antagonist. Well, I say that he started as an antagonist, now he's kind of just there, called Nosferatu Zod, and to this day I don't know why they chose the name Nosferatu.
Yeah, fair enough. He doesn't even suck, does he?
Well, he's not a vampire, he's like a giant beast lion man with wings.
Okay.
He's got kind of sharp teeth, which could, in theory, be like vampire teeth, but... yeah. I say he's just there. He hasn't shown up for a while, and he helped Guts once, which is a bit weird.
Sure.
He had one of the funniest things is he had one of his horns cut off, and the next time we saw him, the one horn he had left, he purposely grew out to be super long.
Yeah. Hutter had pleaded with Ellen not to touch the book with the feces that had frightened him.
Clearly faces.
But she could not resist its strange attraction.
Oh, this is how a scat fetishist is born.
Do not touch the feces. That's how you get pink eye.
Do you need to be told not to touch the feces? Because if so, you deserve what you get.
At night, said the Nosferatu, said Nosferatu clutched his victims with his clawed and blah 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 hands.
We have already read that bit, it's fine.
Yeah. Beware that his shadow weigheth not upon the night of a terrible nightmare. We also read that one, yeah.
Well, yeah, because this is the book that our main character read way back in Act 2, maybe... yeah, I think it was 2.
Oh, she's jilling off to the bad vampire porn.
No, she ain't. She's having conniptions.
No other believer is it possible, for the innocent maiden madeth the vampire heed not the threat, the crow of the call, by giving the willingly of her bloody.
None of that was fucking correct at all.
The crow of the cocked.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
The crow of the cocked? What the fuck is the crow of the cocked?
Look up the word cocked, because it might just mean fucking.
Yeah, maybe.
She's like, I'm gonna fuck a vampire. Which, you know, if it was Christopher Lee, I'd get, but I don't know why I'd want to bang Nosferatu here.
Do you wanna fuck a vampire?
No. Okay, fine.
Even if it's Roosh the Bat.
That's a you thing. That was a fucking hell of a fucking musical swell.
Yeah. This is what I see every night.
That's the woman talking.
Yeah. She's looking over the road at the house that's been there the entire time.
Yeah, but Nosferatu lives there now.
Yeah, he lives there now. He owns it.
Keep calling him Nosferatu. He's Count Orlok.
Yeah, Count Orlok, yeah. Well, it works both ways. But Count Orlok is the Nosferatu.
Yeah, okay.
Like, because Nosferatu is like the word for vampire in this mythology.
Yeah, except they've used like 5 different words for the word vampire.
Yeah. Bloodsucker.
2 of them are just the word vampire, but spelt different.
Yeah, with a Y, yeah.
Although I do kind of like the vampire spelling with the Y. It looks very scary. Y is a scary letter. The Welsh know. Thanks. It didn't deserve that laugh, but I'm grateful for it.
So,
this used to be a real job.
Oh, yeah, knocker upper, yeah, bonger. One of my old gags was, because obviously Y's and U's get switched in Welsh, that I would write bullshit. So, obviously, bullshit if you sort of change the Y's and the U's. But I looked up, fear lurked in every corner of the town. Who was still well? Who already ill? I looked up what the actual Welsh is for bullshit, and it's lol.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, there's a lot of...
I'll run over quickly. Run over quickly.
There's a lot of misconceptions about Welsh, one of which being straight up like... And this was QI. QI was like, there's no Welsh word for blue, which is incorrect. There is a Welsh word for blue. They just like to make shit up because no one's going to check that.
Yeah. And like TV being the box that sits in the corner and makes noises.
The go-to one is a microwave being Pompty Ping, but I think that's also made up.
Yeah. And cat is just cat with an H on the end.
That's a lot of dead.
Yeah.
But hey, good on the Welsh for preserving their language, unlike Scotland.
Yeah.
They saw what happened to Scotland and they were like, nah, we're not fucking letting this happen to Welsh.
Mm-hmm. I guess it. And reinforce it. Every time an English person walks in, stop talking in English and start talking in Welsh instead.
That doesn't happen.
Unless
you are specifically a dick.
Yes. To no other believer, deliverance is possible, but that an innocent maiden, blah blah blah. Give the blood. Give the bloody.
Why has she got like weird dreadlocks going on?
The panic-stricken town looked for a victim. It was Knock. He's been spotted! He ran out of the house. He strangled the guard.
So when you type in
the vampire,
when you look up Crow of the Cocked, it's just like, do you mean crow or raven? So I think it's just a way of saying crow, but in old German.
Sure.
So I typed it in, and it's like, do you mean a family of crows, which isn't called a cocked, or do you mean crow as in heraldry? Like it was so bad, it didn't even get an AI overview, and I hate AI overview, but it's weird when it doesn't show up nowadays. I'm crazy, he says.
I'm sitting on top of here flinging poo.
Okay. Sure are a lot of townsfolk left, considering how many of them already died.
Yeah, they're all alive and with the torches and pitchforks out to catch their own little plague.
They're not even fucking after the vampire. They think Nock's the vampire, but he's not.
Although
he's definitely a fraud at this point. I think that's undeniable.
Yeah.
Gonna occupy my time with a bit of embroidery.
I love you, she's managed to write in embroidery.
Presumably German.
Yes. Ich liebe dich.
Obviously, not too long ago, Keir Starmer had a bit of a conference where it all went to shit. But some of the memes have been great. So one of them was just him going like, he said a bunch of stuff, and then he went, going, "Way!" when a barman drops a bunch of glasses. That's British.
Well, I didn't see this one.
Oh, it's just a meme.
Starmer memes.
Yeah, because basically his conference turned into him just bashing Nigel Farage for an hour, which isn't winning him any popularity because, you know, yes, I agree, Nigel Farage is a massive cunt, but it's your Labour conference. Tell us what you're doing, you twat. Anyway, and it ended with him saying that's what being British is about, but it was all a bunch of nonsense. So people have been taking the piss with stuff that's actually generally considered British. Like, I dare you to go, way, when someone drops a bunch of glasses and you're in, like, France or Italy, and they'll just look at you as if to go, why are you doing this? I dropped some glass. Jesus Christ, that's a face.
It is. But yeah, I get it. Like, you, people do, for some reason, cheer at someone.
Specifically in a bar environment.
In a pub as well, yeah. I don't know why either, but people do.
It is funny, though. Because it's universal. It's never just one person doing it. It's always like 3 or 4, if not 10.
Yeah.
And it is so weird being in another country and, like, pubs not being a thing. Right? I didn't fully appreciate how fundamentally British pubs are.
The public house.
Yeah. Go get pissed with mates. Missus ain't cleaning up this time.
Yeah, that's what you pay the bar lass for. To do all cleaning up.
She's sick of urinal.
Yeah. Eat all, drink all, pay for note.
He's doing the Thriller dance.
Yeah. That's probably what it was taken from.
I mean, possibly. You heard it here first, folks. Michael Jackson's a hack. Hang on.
Thriller night.
That was the fucking same doors from his castle.
It was, yeah. Bulver! Fetch Bulver!
It being a German name, it probably is pronounced Bulver.
Yeah, because V's are W's and W's are V's.
Yeah, don't get me started on the fucking Volkswagen. I think the best use of that joke is fucking Hugh Laurie in that one season of, one episode of Blackadder where it's like, I will have my Wawengi!
Yeah, Ray Wenge, yeah.
He's going to be in the house in a minute, isn't he? Oh, there you go. There's the shot. That's an iconic shot in itself as well.
Yeah. The hunchback shot.
Again, have we?
The vulture shot.
I must squeeze my titty.
To make sure it's still there.
Why would you need to do that, Rick?
It's like Billy Connolly. It says like, I take it to touching my penis, not out of a sexual way, but to reassure myself that it's still there.
Oh, Jesus. No, I get it. She was meant to be clutching her heart, but it did just look like she was having a feel.
I feel it for me right here, in your boobs.
Motherfucker, it's midnight. I'm trying to sleep. Look how many layers I have on. Wait, does he just sleep in his regular clothes but with a nightgown on top of it?
So it would seem. They have captured Knock.
Are you giving him a promotion?
They have Captain Knock, apparently.
Just remember, it fucking only falls in horses. Fucking grandpa's mate was called Knock Knock.
Yeah.
Why is he called Knock Knock? Because he knocks people out.
Oh, Mickey Pierce has died as well.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, he was quite young. Compared to the rest of the cast, I mean.
Compared to the rest of the cast, yeah.
Was that recent?
Yeah. I think it was like this week.
Wow.
I forgot about it until like right now.
That's unfortunate. Huh. That's a way to end Nosferatu.
The Master! The Master!
Wait, they captured him and put him back in here. Why did they bother doing that?
Well, now that they know that he can murder people, so...
Get me the fuck out of there.
I'll get the fuck out of here. Oh, is he not? He's not adjusted for the time difference.
He was very too much occupied with trying to get his knob away. That he forgot about the sun. So this is the bit I didn't want to spoil for you. Is that this is where effectively the legend evolved, where vampires get killed by sunlight instead of just weakened.
Yeah.
It's because of this movie.
The Master is dead.
It's also another way to justify that, no, this isn't Dracula then, is it? Because Dracula explicitly does not get killed by sunlight. It just severely weakens him.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of a lucky break that he got. He was too addled by his Gooner brain.
Yeah. Hutter.
Bit weird for someone to refer to their significant other by their surname.
Yeah, yeah.
Because assumedly she's also called Hutter.
Yeah, Mrs. Hutter.
Now I am the dead. Oh, she actually is. Shit. Was he even a cry? What's the purpose of this shot, please?
I don't know. Is it just going to be a fourth wall? It's just... Oh, yeah. And the truth was witness to the miracle. At the very same hour that the great death ended and the shadow of the death bird lifted, as if blown away by the victorious rays of the living sun.
So I think this ending in of itself should have, saved them from the lawsuit.
Yeah, because it's shit.
Well, okay, it's not good, I'll admit, but it's also drastically different from how they dealt with Dracula. The way they dealt with Dracula, took them, months of preparation. As opposed to, we got lucky because he was horny.
Yeah.
Film restoration by Cinetica del Comune di Bologna. Or Bologna, I suppose.
Okay. Robert Gray.
Thank you, Robert Gray.
Yeah.
That was translated in 2002, apparently. So, yeah. So at the moment, we're basically getting a bunch of credits for the additional stuff to the film. Because this being an old movie, the proper credits are at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, and the original music has been redone.
Joanna Seaton did the vocals, I'm assuming, for Mrs. Ruth. Mrs. Ruth, Mrs. what's her name? Hutter.
Yeah, Mrs. Hutter, yes.
Yes, so thank you, Internet Archive, for bringing us the joy of Nosferatu the original. That was the very first depiction of a vampire on the big screen. What did you think?
So it's interesting to see where some of the tropes came from. Was it a good movie? In and of itself, on its own merit, not really, but you also have to take it in the context of it building most of what was to come after it. So, you got to respect the oldies to a degree.
It's one of those really annoying things of reviewing this older media as opposed to new things, in that in order to be fair to it, you kind of have to blot out the tricks and the secrets and the outright just improvements on technology for filming in the future and whatnot. That being said, even disregarding all that, the pacing was weird.
It was like so many just long shots of travel. Travel in particular was something that they seemed to really like to focus on, which I believe it was probably a bigger deal for people that just lived in towns back then, that they just wouldn't go anywhere.
I think that's pretty much what the issue is that to people back in 1922, this would have been a few years gone from the First World War, for fuck's sake. You wouldn't have really gone anywhere, especially not in Germany. You got to remember that too. Germany lost the First World War and they got heavily punished for it.
Yeah, they did. Although this was the German a German production, so it was for Germans.
But that's my point.
Yeah, fair enough.
My point is, if you were a German citizen going through fucking hyperinflation during this period, you can't go anywhere. And if you do go anywhere, you're gonna get spat on, because people were not easy to forgive. Bear in mind, despite the fact that the First World War was not directly caused by, you can't directly blame any single nation. Doesn't matter, Germany lost, they got all the blame.
Yeah. But yeah, do you have any more thoughts about what we think?
I don't know, man. I wanted to like this film more than I did. I think it's rather telling that we got to the hour point and it's fuck, there's still half an hour, because the pacing was just abysmal. But again, taking into account that they want to show off travel shots for the sake of their audience, I guess you can kind of forgive it. Maybe we should have tried watching one of the trimmed down versions. Yeah,
early, they had the intrigue crescendo early on with Hutter at Orlok's castle, and Orlok showing that he's a little bit sus. And all the things that we know about vampires in general, and then they just kind of left it alone for a little bit.
I mean, Act 2 was definitely the highlight.
Yeah,
there's no denying that. It which is very weird in a 5-act structure. I don't know. I don't tend to do 5-act structures in general. My basis of media is the 3-act structure, where you got start, middle, end. Middle was meant to be the crescendo, but I guess in a 5-act production, the end of Act 5, the end of the thing, is meant to be the crescendo. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like you say, I'm not really so well versed in the 5-act structure, because that's normally for plays really, rather than for movies, isn't it? Because movies tend to just be as you say, beginning, middle, and end, and the middle is where beginning, establish, middle is your intrigue and things going wrong, and your ending is the resolution.
Sure, my understanding's a little different than that, but it's basically the same chord beats. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's a good time for us to move along to our usual rundown. Rick, do you have a standout favourite moment?
So pick any of the Orlok moments that were iconic.
Well, pick one, because I've got to pick another one.
I think my favourite one was actually probably him rising from flat up to his full height. That was down on the bottom of the ship, wasn't it?
It was. That must not have been comfortable for the actor to do. I know all he's doing is lying on a board, but he's relying on other people on set, lowering it at a speed that doesn't fuck him up.
Yeah. That was it was a very unsettling and cool looking visual, especially looking at his expressions during that moment. I think that's probably my favourite of the ones that I was maybe going to pick from. How about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
I mean, I fully agree with you. It is a case of pick an iconic Orlok moment, and that's going to be it. I think I'm going to pick the one that's always stood out in my mind, and I've seen so many times out of context, and that is him lurching into the doorway and just sort of standing there and looking scary as all fuck.
Yeah, the one where he seems to physically grow in size.
Yeah, because it is our first time seeing him in his monstrous visage, because we've seen him before that in the film, and yeah, he looks a bit odd, and you can clearly see he's still got very long, weird weird bat-like fingers, but he's doing a relatively good job of keeping his more monstrous nature hidden. But seeing it for the first time, it's like, oh yeah, this is a problem.
Yeah, because he had his hat on before, which
exactly.
made it look a little bit more like it made it look a little bit less like he was an egg.
Yeah, so he had his hat on, he had very heavy clothes on, and, in general, like, he had long sleeves, so you couldn't really see his hands being too creepy and long. And his fingernails as well were very long.
Yeah, they were.
Well, they're compared to claws, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, this is true.
That being said, we don't like to just dwell on the good, we also need to bring up a little bit of a negative. Granted, we've already spoken a bit about some of the things we don't like. But with that in mind, Rick, do you have a weakest link?
It's going to be pretty much as you said. It's going to be the pacing. That it could have benefited a lot from just being shorter. Like a lot of what they spent time on didn't need to have time spent on it. Like it just felt so weird to cut away from what was intriguing to just focus on like making you wait for a payoff.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off on you, because it's the exact same weakest link. Like, I brought it up before, well, it might have actually not been before, it might have been slightly into the film, where there are versions of this which are only about 60-odd minutes, and thinking on that, like, cut out a lot of the repetitive, not necessary travel shots, and you can very easily see how you lose half an hour without actually losing any film.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. I think the most egregious one was the constant cutbacks to the ship.
Yeah, it's like, after the third time, it's like, do we really need it?
Like, okay, sure, establish that the ship isn't, that they've moved from the raft to the ship, fine. But, cut back when there's things happening on the ship, fine. Cut when the ship's going into the dock, fine. Having the establishing shots like 3 or 4 times, redundant.
Showing the ship moving when pretty much everyone's dead. That's a pretty good one to have, because
sure.
Like, it's showing that Orlok has some dominion over the wind, as it were.
Yeah. Also, it's implied that he turned the captain for a bit.
Yeah.
Into a bit of a... But it's implied, don't know if I'm reading into that correctly, but oh well. Hey-ho diddly-do and whatnot. We don't like to end on a low point, no, do we, Rick? We like to end on a highlight. So with that in mind, Rick, who is your MVP today? I suspect I have the same one.
Yes, it is Friedrich Gustav Maximilian Schreck.
I 100% agree with you. He brought Nosferatu, Count Orlok to life. Could someone else have done it? Maybe, but I don't think either of us can deny he did a 10 out of 10 job.
Yeah, I think the number one thing that he does is just have that stare, like that intensity in every shot. Like there's always just the whites of his eyes are always on full display, you know?
I don't quite agree with the whites of his eyes bit. That doesn't quite make sense.
But, you know, it's like he's always, like, intensely staring at something. He's very obviously always wanting, and, like, it's there's just an intensity to the stance at all times, you know?
I get you. It's something that I praise David Prowse a lot for. For those of you who don't know, he's the person who did the physical acting for Darth Vader, and he doesn't get nearly enough credit. The physical acting that Schreck did for Orlok, like, yes, he was stiff. I don't think people understand how hard it is to be stiff without looking silly.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm assuming that you're also giving it to Max Schreck.
I mean, yeah, I agreed with you straight off the bat.
Yeah.
It's Schreck. It feels weird saying that, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, with a CK.
Yeah. According to my research, he's only in the film for 9 minutes.
Sure.
Doesn't show up for like 21.
Sure.
Yeah. So you don't need to have all eyes on the big creature at all times in order to have a good movie. This does not apply to Godzilla. But yeah, it's hard to disagree. Schreck brought this to life. The cinematography was actually pretty good, considering it was a small team and a budget movie. Like, if I didn't know better, I wouldn't have assumed it was a budget movie. I'll give them that.
Yeah, because like taking it by the standards of the time, like the delineation between budget and big budget is kind of, it doesn't feel that big of a deal, because like a small budget movie back then would still someone who was very definitely the highest echelons of society who could afford something like that.
That's not true in this instance.
Yeah, sure.
Like, this was a guy who, granted, had done film school, but
sure,
you know, more or less just went, yeah, let's do this. Like, I could be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong in the comments. You have those on the YouTube and the Spotify. Alternatively, if you're not listening via one of those, but one of the other audio platforms, you can send us an email at nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. I would say suggest future content for us, but we're pretty booked for October. We have 3 more old school classic monster movies to go. Let us know, have a guess at what you think the other 3 movies will be. I will give a slight spoiler in that we are going chronologically, so yeah, it won't be much after 1922. We'll see you again next week, guys. Toodles.
Bye.